First, turning to some breaking news this morning, a structure fire reported in a downtown Erie furniture store.
Dave Belmondo joins us now live at the scene.
What can you tell us this morning, Dave?
Well, I could tell you right now that Fred's Beds and Furniture is on fire. About 4:30 this morning, they tapped this fire out. We're in the rear of the building right now. As you can see, heavy smoke pouring from Fred's Beds and Furniture. It's a 117 East 12th Street. So as you can imagine, one of the busiest intersections in town is going to be tied up for a while. Now, heavy smoke and fire is reported on the second floor of the building right now. And just before we went on the air, they sounded the alarm to get all firefighters out of the building. So they are now fighting this fire from the outside. They're opening up the roof. As you can see, the ladder truck right now pouring water from the top down. Heavy fire again on the second floor and smoke pouring off of that. Now, they said just a couple minutes ago, too, they were having a tough time getting to those flames because of a firewall in the building. So, as I said, everybody's out of the building safely. They evacuated the building and now fighting it from the outside. Fred's Beds and Furniture. Folks, I'll tell you what, if you use East 12th and French Street on your commute anywhere this morning, try to take a detour because there's going to be a lot of fire apparatus here for quite a while. Tracy?
Yeah, Dave, it looks like there's a lot of crews on the scene right now working on this.
Say that again, Tracy?
It looks like we've got a lot of firefighters on hand working on this right now.
Absolutely. They've tapped out 3 engine companies, so we've got a couple dozen firefighters here right now battling this fire, and it's going to take a while to get everything under control.
All right, we'll check in just a little bit, Dave. We do have some breaking news that we need to bring you again this morning. A structure fire reported in downtown Erie's furniture store. Dave Belmondo is there live at that scene.
What can you tell us, Dave?
Hey guys, if you can see behind me, I'm going to step away. Fred's Beds and Furniture on fire this morning. They started out, it was very smoky, smoke pouring from the building. Just a couple of minutes ago, fire just swept the entire second floor of that building. As you can see, flames shooting out of the back, flames on the second floor. We're told this is one entire open room upstairs filled with couches and mattresses and so on. The owner of Dominic's Restaurant told us there's probably at least 100 couches up there. So you can imagine once that foam and fabric gets going, that's the end result. I do want to let everyone know, if you use this area to get your way to work, East 12th and French, take another route. There's going to be fire apparatus here for quite some time. Tracy?
Dave, I'll tell you, we just checked in with you about 15 minutes ago, and it's a quite different look now.
It sure is. Tracy, if I could just spend another minute. William Rieger is with me right now. He owns Dominic's Restaurant. William, tell us what your thoughts are.
It looks bad. It's really thick in the middle of the building. I'm hoping it doesn't go over, but I'm real scared.
Now, you have Dominic's Restaurant filled with smoke, you're saying?
Dominic's Restaurant is filled with smoke, first and second floor.
All right, good luck, William. We'll talk to you soon. So there you have it. We could have 2 businesses out of business. Definitely Fred's Beds and Furniture. Again, that's what's happening right now at East 12th and French. Tracy?
Dave, thank you so much for that live report. What a horrible start to the morning.
I know, terrible indeed.
For some breaking news this morning, a massive structure fire reported in a downtown Erie furniture store.
Dave Belmondo joins us now live from the scene.
Hi, Dave.
Hey guys, good morning everyone. Yes, as you can see behind me, Fred's Beds and Furniture looks like it's pretty much destroyed by fire this morning. Flames still shooting out of the top of the roof. We were just told by one of the medics that part of that building did collapse from the roof in. Second floor, you can still see a lot of fire burning through. We're told there was furniture. That's one big open room upstairs. Several couches and mattresses stored up there, we're told. Next door, Dominic's Restaurant. The owner just told us that his restaurant is also filled with smoke, but not to the damage as you can see right here on Fred's Beds and Furniture. This call came out this morning just after 4:30. Erie Police being the first first on the scene said there was heavy smoke coming from here. As soon as the firefighters ventilated that building, that's the end result. Please stay out of the area. If you use East 12th and French on your way in or anywhere this morning, at least for the next couple hours, because there's going to be a lot of fire apparatus here. Right now they have all the roads in this area closed down, so find another route this morning. Tracy?
Dave, I'm sure they're doing everything they can, all hands on deck, trying to get this under control. It's really grown over just the last half an hour.
Yeah, it sure has, Tracy. They have all hands working, but again, they had a tough time getting to that second floor because of things in the way, a lot of furniture and so on. Smoke was pouring out, and then again, as soon as they did ventilate that building, get air to that fire, it just broke out, shot through the roof, and as you can see, flames still taking over the second floor.
All right, Dave, we'll check in again soon.
All right.
First, though, turning to some breaking news this morning, a massive structure fire reported in a downtown Erie furniture store.
Dave Belmondo joins us now live at the scene.
Dave, what's it look like now?
Well, I'll tell you what, Tracy, since the last time we talked to you about a half hour ago, not much has changed at Fred's Beds and Furniture. They just can't seem to knock the flames down on the second floor. What you're looking at is one open room that we're told, which stored a lot of couches and mattresses. So as you can imagine, once flames hit that fabric, this is what you're looking at. It has shot through the roof, and they've just been pouring water on this since 4:30 this morning, and they just can't seem to get those flames knocked down. Now, next door is Dominic's restaurant. We spoke to the owner. He's very concerned. His store is filled with smoke. He was upstairs sleeping at the time when he got a call, said, "Get out of the building. It's on fire." Folks, there is all kinds of fire apparatus here at East 12th and French Street. We're asked to tell you, if you need to get in this area, take another route, because you're not going to be able to get through. All the roads are blocked off, and they probably will be for the next hour or so, maybe the next several hours, actually, until they get this fire knocked down and the mess cleaned up. One firefighter was taken to an ambulance about 20 minutes ago. They're treating him right now. It may be smoke inhalation. We're going to find out more on that. He seemed he was talking. He was conscious and alert on the way into the ambulance. So all hands working. It's one heck of a fire in downtown Erie. Tracy?
Boy, it sure is, Dave. What a horrible start to the morning. And these places have been around for a really long time.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time, and firefighters had a problem at first getting to the second floor. We heard something on the scanner about a wall preventing them from getting there, and there was some debris on the bottom of the floor, too. So they finally got it up. There was a lot of smoke billowing when we first got here, but as soon as they opened up, they opened the roof up, they cracked the windows out, the air hit in there, and this is what happened. The flames just erupted and became an inferno very quickly.
All right, Dave, thank you so much for that live report. We're going to check in with you again very shortly. First, though, turning to some breaking news developing this morning, a massive structure fire in a downtown Erie furniture store.
Dave Belmondo joins us now live at the scene.
Dave, what can you tell us at this point?
Well, again, not much has changed since the last half hour. As you can see, we're out in front of Fred's Beds and Furniture, and the second floor of this store, they just can't seem to get that fire out. They've been putting thousands and thousands of gallons of water on this for the past hour and a half. The upstairs is one big room, and it's filled with furniture. It's filled with couches, it has mattresses up there, and once those flames hit the fabric, this is what their end result is. When we first got here around 4:30, there was just heavy smoke coming out from the building. As soon as they broke out the windows and got some air inside, the flames broke out, and they've been trying to put them out ever since. Dominic's restaurant next door, separated by about a 12-inch gap. Their restaurant is full of smoke right now as well. Now, Mike Parker, if you could pan up to the roof there, there were two giant billboards that in the last couple minutes kind of started to collapse into the top of the building. Now, we're told that the rear of the building has collapsed. Again, heavy fire load in this building. We talked to the chief, and he said all they can do is just keep pouring water onto this because of all the fuel that's fanning this fire. If you are going to work this morning and French, stay out of the area. You're not going to be able to get through. They're still bringing fire trucks in from the outlying areas. So a lot of fire apparatus here for the next, I'm sure, several hours. Tracy?
Dave, I understand this was a terribly rude awakening for the owner of Dominic's this morning, right?
Yeah, William Rieger, that's his name. He has a room upstairs. He has his house, but he says sometimes he stays with a room upstairs. He said he was sound asleep. He got a phone call from one of his employees that told him to get out of the building because Fred's is on fire next door. He's just been pacing around here. He's, obviously upset because his restaurant now is damaged by this fire as well.
Oh, absolutely. Scary situation. Thanks for that live report this morning, Dave.
You got it.
A massive structure fire was reported in downtown Erie at a furniture store. Our own Dave Belmondo joins us now live at that scene. What's it look like right now, Dave?
Well, it actually looks like they may be beginning to get a handle on this fire on the second floor of Fred's Beds and Furniture. Last time we talked to you folks, there were flames still shooting out of the windows. As you can see, there's still some glow on the second floor. That entire room is one open room filled with furniture. And once that fire hit the fabric and the foam, well, that was the end result. This fire started this morning at about 4:30. A lot of smoke pouring from that building. Once they got air inside, busted out some windows, put a hole in the roof, well, then the fire erupted from inside. They are still saying, folks, do not come into this area for the next couple hours anyway. A lot of fire apparatus as they work to get this fire out. Tracy?
All right, thank you for that live report this morning, Dave. An Erie furniture business is destroyed by fire after flames ripped through the business early this morning. We have continuing coverage of this devastating fire this afternoon. David Belmondo has been covering the story since the first 911 call came out about 4:30 this morning. Dave joins us live at the scene. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Tracy. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm telling you what, it was an inferno this morning when this fire started about 4:30. Flames were shooting out the window, shooting up in the air several feet. As you can see behind me right now, this building is too unstable to stand. They're taking it down bit by bit. Joining me right now is Erie Fire Investigator Guy Santone. What now, Guy? Just it's too unstable to stand.
Yeah, unfortunately, as far as determining the cause, it's literally impossible right now, unless some other information comes in that we can look at, but it's too unsafe to go inside.
What are they doing right now with the equipment?
What's happening right now is there's a lot of fire underneath the roof. So they're taking the excavator, is going to move it away, and as they move it, the tower is going to spray water on to put out all the hot spots.
Now, one of the problems was the roof collapsed during the fire.
That's correct, and a lot of the fire is underneath the roof. So in order to get at it, we have to remove it and then spray it.
Furniture upstairs, foam, fabric. I mean, it really took off.
Yeah, you name it. It was loaded up there with all kinds of different kind of furniture, and there was mattresses and whatnot. And that's a big fuel load, and when you have a situation like that, you're going to have a fire like this.
Guy, with this building coming down, the entire building coming down, is that going to make it difficult or impossible for you to find a cause?
Yeah, when the building is coming down, it's almost impossible to find the cause, unless there's some other information that comes up.
And the investigation's continuing, obviously.
Yeah, the investigation's going to continue until we can't do it anymore.
All right, very good, Guy Santone. Thank you very much for joining us. Folks, nothing left to this building. Earlier this morning, we spoke with William Rieger. Now, he owns Dominic's Eatery. That's just feet away from the fire. Rieger was asleep upstairs when flames broke out. He got a phone call from one of his employees telling him to get out of the building. The owner of Fred's, he was here watching his business of 45 years go up in flames.
Devastated. Been working here for 40 years plus, and I just don't know what I'm going to do.
I was upstairs sleeping. I have a small room here and a home out somewhere else, but I have a small room. I was sleeping upstairs, and my employee called me and said, "We're on fire, get out." The whole warehouse in my building was full of smoke from the next building, not ours.
So again, folks, first call coming out at 4:30 this morning. As you can see, they are still pouring water on. It's going to be several hours and taking the entire building down as well. Tracy?
Dave, now what about Dominic's? Will that restaurant be closed too?
Yeah, firefighters did a fantastic job of saving Dominic's from fire spreading to the restaurant. They did get a lot of smoke and water damage, though. I talked to Rieger. He said that they will be closed probably through next week. They've got to get rid of all their food. Anything edible has to go. They've got to clean it all out of the smoke, the soot, the water damage. So they'll be closed for a while. But I'll tell you what, when they do open, he promised to call us, and we will let you know, folks, when Dominic's will be open. Tracy?
Absolutely. Dave, what about the roads there, too?
Good point, Tracy. You know, these roads are closed. This is one of the busiest intersections in Erie. The roads are closed 12th from State to Holland, and French Street is closed from 12th to 13th. It's going to be closed all afternoon. But again, we'll let you know when those roads open up. But right now, 12th Street, State to Holland, French Street, 12th to 13 closed. Folks, stay out of the area.
All
Tracy?
right. Thank you, Dave. Of course, Dave was first on the scene this morning, bringing us all that live coverage throughout the morning, and we'll continue covering that story for you. So stay with Jet 24 Action News.
A downtown building faces demolition after fire guts the interior of Fred's Beds and Furniture.
It's continuing coverage tonight at 6 o'clock. Caroline Collins has our story.
Fred's Beds and Furniture Company went up in flames around 4:30 Friday morning. Upon arrival, fire crews found heavy smoke and fire in the back of the building. Crews initially sent inside to battle the blaze, but the building became too dangerous. Erie City Fire Chief Tony Poole says all of the firefighters evacuated the building and fought from the outside.
We had all the city crews here. We had an off-duty platoon called in, and they're tearing the building down behind me.
Additional crews from Bell Valley Fire Department were called to the scene. Chief Poole says the fire spread rapidly, making the building unsafe. Once the flames were contained, the city code of enforcement manager quickly declared the building a total loss. Due to the roof failure, the city forced to tear down what remained of Fred's Beds and Furniture Company.
There's no structural integrity left in the building.
Fire crews worked to make sure the flames didn't spread to neighboring businesses.
We always try to keep the fire to the building of origin without spreading. In this case, it's about a foot away with heavy fire. So, yeah, they did a great job keeping it to the original building and not spreading into Dominic's.
Caroline Collins reporting tonight as firefighters did their best to control and snuff out the flames this morning. 2 business owners were left to watch as their livelihoods fell to fire and smoke.
David Belmondo has our report.
Devastated. Been working here for 40 years plus, and I just don't know what I'm going to do.
Fred Barbado watched helplessly as his family business went up in flames. Fred has been part of this business for the past 40 years. His family has had the business for 45 years. It took only 2 hours for a raging fire to destroy it all.
All my furniture is upstairs, my display, my living room sets, bedroom sets, bunk beds, all my beds.
Everything gone. 1 foot away from Fred's is Dominic's Eatery. They were closed at the time, but the owner, William Rieger, was asleep upstairs.
I was upstairs sleeping. I have a small room here and a home out somewhere else, but I have a small room. I was sleeping upstairs, and my employee called me and said, "We're on fire, get out."
Rieger was able to make it out okay, but the restaurant sustained smoke and water damage. Rieger says he'll be closed for a while, cleaning up and replacing all the food in his eatery. David Belmondo, Jet 24 Action News.
The battle against that early morning blaze wore into the early afternoon. Some firefighters on the scene for more than 10 hours. Surrounding business owners reached out, opening up their doors to firefighters for shelter and warmth. Just across the street from the scene, the Taco Bell handed out food and coffee to first responders during the early hours of the morning.
We are a big part of the community down here, and I think it's important for us to really show, put up our best foot forward and show people that we're here for the community.
No one was injured while battling this blaze.